uh, for another monthly recap. I say that, it's a little overdue. It's okay. Anyways, I said I was going to start doing these voiceovers at the beginning of videos now, and I'm staying true to that. I don't have a ton to talk about, but I did have a bit of an interesting structure for this month. My goal was kind of to do the remainder of the levels in the WHErwin list, mediums list. So I got through those, but my other goal was to get through about 10 XL levels. I was gonna shoot for XXL, but a couple of interesting levels came to my attention, and I decided to do those instead. So the last 10 levels in this video were all XL length, most of which are on the upper end in like the kind of 4+ minute range, but it kind of varies. That was really like the main thing I wanted to do this month, because they're all very atmospheric levels for the most part. But I think it's pretty cool how it ultimately turned out, and it did go a little over the time anticipated. It was supposed to be done in September, but you know, things happen. Can't get through everything in time. It's all right. And I think I wanted to go over what the structure would be like. I really don't think I have a lot else to add, but it was a pretty good month overall in terms of like difficulty and general quality. So I'm just gonna not ramble for too long, and I'm just gonna let the thing play out, because I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, enjoy. Oh god, I'm dead. No shot. We'll find out, but... No, I messed that up. Never mind. Okay. Moving on. That's a good level. That's a great opening. Quaver, I mean, I'm not super crazy about that song choice, but it's okay. It was a good level. Good level. Okay. Where else kind of fits the gym theme? Like, this is a fitting level, I would say. It's not quite as, you know, born for the gem gauntlet as Venice, but, you know. That it? Nice. This is awesome. Can you adjust like the hue slider or anything? I don't know. I feel like that'd be a cool gimmick, but I don't know. I just see that thing on the top left. This is a good level. I like this. 7 or 8, somewhere like that. I would lean towards 7 because, you know, they like it doesn't have. I don't know, man. It's good. I like it. Those crystalline like
sculptures at the beginning are like super cool. I really like those. All the other effects in this level are good. They're not quite as cool as that. I wish the level really did more with those crystalline sculptures in the beginning, because like they look awesome. Those are definitely the highlight of the level, and everything else is good. I mean, I enjoy pretty much everything else here. So I don't know, 7 or 8. I don't know. It'd only be an 8 because of that opening effect. Otherwise, I'd give it a solid 7. So it'll be hard to decide, but you know, this was fun. I like it. Oh, really? Wow. I don't want to get the coins on this right now. You know, I've already done these coins. It's okay. I don't need to do this at the moment. Nice. Cool. Alright. Rebeat done. Cool. Yeah, I have no reason to really review it. I've done it. I did it back in January. Or maybe, no, it was February, I think. Long time ago. So I have nothing really to contribute to this at this point. I like the level. And the whole completion probably won't be in the video, but I'll just kind of speak on how I feel about it as a gauntlet level. And I mean, I think it's a good gauntlet fit. I think it works in this gauntlet. I would have put it as the last level, though. I think it would have been a better finale, and I think this should have been an 8-star, whatever it was. Oh my god, no way! That's insane! I shouldn't have spoiled myself, but I think it's okay as a gauntlet level. I would put it as the final one, but it's alright. Silhouette Garden? What? No way! This level's so good. I don't like the indicators, but oh my god, I love the visuals in this. I guess, yeah, there's gems in this. It fits. Oh my god, I love this level. Nice. I love this level, dude. This level's so pretty. I mean, I've already played it. Yet again, you know, one of those levels I've already beaten and I'm reading. I think it fits the gauntlet perfectly, though. I never would have seen it coming, but this is a great fit. I would have put this at number 3, though. I think I would have made this the 3rd level. I would have moved Crystal Corridor to the end, and I don't know what the finale is going to be. We're about to find out. Will I hate this? No, I don't hate this. Interesting. I don't know what to think of that one. These coins are hard. I really don't want to go for these again. I'm torn. Okay. I'm glad to see IMAX is in a gauntlet finally. I don't think there are any other IMAX levels in gauntlets. So that's a good thing to come out of this, at the bare minimum. But I don't know. We're gonna find out. I mean, I've already beaten this, of course, but we'll see. Okay. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'll run this back at some point for the coins. I've already got the coins, though, in a previous life, so... Look at these playtesters. Go to the lineup. Arply, Mkrez, Skywalker, Maximin, Fire. This level. I mean, I hate passing on the coins right now. I'll probably do them in separate runs at a later point. Anyway, I like this level. I think this is a very, very good end of the gauntlet. I think this fits perfectly. I was conflicted at first, but on a replay, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty fire. Honestly, a great gauntlet. My only critique would be the difficulty scale. I think Crystal Corridor is the weak link in this gauntlet, and it's still a good level, but I think it brings Demon on too soon, and I think it is just not, like, thematically the best fit. Like, well, I shouldn't say that, but, you know, it feels like a finale, but I prefer Radiant Rift as a finale. I think what would have been good, keep Venice and Golem the same, and then you stick some other 8-star in here. I don't know what. I can't say for sure. Maybe some Space Gauntlet reject that has a crystal element to it. I don't know. And then you keep Silhouette Garden and Radiant Rift the same, and I think you have got a perfect gauntlet. Crystal Corridor is just the weak link in this one, and it's not necessarily a bad choice, but I just don't think it's thematically as consistent, and, you know, Knots is overrepresented a little bit. And the gameplay, there's a couple things I just don't love about Crystal Corridor. It's a good level, though, and I'm happy with what we have here. I just would have switched it up a little bit, but that's okay. Overall, not a bad gauntlet. Yeah. God. Invaders. Oh, I'm not supposed to go this way this time. Well, okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. Well, I did not mean for this to happen, but here we are. Ready for that ship. The windmills. Alright, last mini room, or mini level, or whatever. If I could just take it to the end from here, that'd be awesome. Okay, well, that was an interesting experience. Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I got a lot to say. A lot of positive, a lot of negative. Really, most of the negative is just like, this level's too big. Like, you did not need 3 mini levels and a save system for the coins and all that stuff. Now my video is only gonna have like 2 of the coin rooms because, you know, like, you could have really just like required 1 full consecutive run with no coin saves, which would have been a nightmare, but I mean, like, it would have worked. It would have made more sense and made the recording cleaner, but you know, what can you do? I'm just not a fan of the way the coins are done. I think if they were going to be done with the mini rooms, they really should have just required the consecutive 8-minute run. I know it'd been hard, but you know, it's okay. I think it would have made sense. But you know, the level itself, it's alright. I mean, it's endearing. I think, you know, it plays with the aliens theme, and it's got the stupid pixels and like Game Boy screen, yada yada. All tropes that feel overdone and uninteresting at this point, if I'm being honest. But, you know, it's not bad, and I think Subwoofer has like a very charming style where this kind of thing works decently. It's not too bad. I would give it a high. That's like, I'd put it along the ranks of Change of Scene or Astrolith or whatever else, whatever those big, you know, easy demons are that kind of just are solid, but I mean, I can't really say I love them, so they end up at just the top of B. I mean, for what they are, they're good, but it's not for me. I don't think it's like that interesting personally, but you know, there's some details in there. Subwoofer, like I said, unique creator, does some cool things, very gimmicky. I feel like there was one part in particular I really liked here, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, this is fine. It plays well, so that's good.
But I just don't have a lot to say. It's, you know, let me put it this way. It feels like slop, but it's not soulless slop. Like, it's slop in the sense that it's made to appeal to, like, a huge audience, and it's, like, it's, you know, that kind of deal. But it doesn't feel like soulless, you know. It's made to impress, but it still has a bit of obvious passion behind it. I think that's the best way to put it. But I'm still gonna hate putting this in the video because the runs is not gonna be consecutive, and that's a shame. Not big on the coins. It's okay though. Let's just work this off. Yay! Oh.
Okay, that was not torturous. I thought this was going to be way harder on an initial practice run, but as someone who's never played a 2-player level before, I can confidently say this level is just more bark than bite. I mean, it's scary going in, but like once you kind of practice a little bit and get used to the 2-player controls, like it's not that hard. It's fun though. And I like decoration. It's all good. I mean, I feel like I like the gameplay a little bit more, but it's a style I haven't played with before, so maybe I'm just biased since it's something unique. I did enjoy it though. So it's a 7 or an 8, somewhere in that range. What did this person make though? Did they make Battletown or something? Because I know this creator's name. They made some Gauntlet level, I'm sure of it. Crazy Ball, that's it. And Ghost Town, okay. Got it, okay. Well, that was fun. I liked this level. And it's a good introduction to 2-player levels. I've never done one before, other than that one section in credits, but that was really not even like a real 2-player section. It was just 2-player controls. Yeah, that was fun. Not as bad as I thought it'd be. Oh god, if I turn on sound effects. That one sound effect's gonna be so funny. There is so much happening. Oh my god. It's so goofy. How sloppy this is, I'm surprised it got legendary, but interesting. Copper Cadet, nice. I mean, It's such slop. It's... I didn't hate it or anything, but it's definitely a slop level. Faceless Monument. Yep. Okay. Interesting. It's just, you know, it's so static and over hyper realistic, and using that as the main draw, it's kind of funny. I'll give it a like. I see the passion, but you know, it's okay, that was goofy. Yeah, not bad though. Oh god. Okay, there we go. Nice. Love Electrodynamics. Good song. Level itself, meh. I enjoyed it to some degree, but memory elements I wasn't a huge fan of. In the whatever, like where you're going up and down. This thumbnail part, I think. I don't know. I can't see anything other than the spikes. I'm pretty sure it's that part. I don't love that part. And the part after, I'm already forgetting what it is. Oh, the duel, yeah. Those parts, they were kind of fun once you got into them. They just, the trial and error memory elements. 6 out of 10. I'm pretty sure. I feel good about that rating. What's your bed? Oh my god, I hate the size changes. Nice, that wasn't... okay. that was easy enough. This level gets a lot easier after a lot of practice. I mean, like, it's really not hard in execution, it's just hard to learn. If you're confusing. It's not too bad. I kind of got into it. There were a couple of finicky things that I just didn't like. Notably, the, like, that last couple of waves, before it like slows down, those waves were just like a little bit too blind, and most of the mini waves really in this level kind of were that way. But everything else was kind of fun. It was a method of the madness. That wasn't too bad. Just a nice little thing to do while I had some downtime. That's probably all I'm doing in this session. But hey, gotta get this out of the way because it's kind of been lingering over me for a couple days now. I like doing today, so an equivalent isn't bad necessarily. Where's the last coin again? Oh, it's, yeah, right here. Okay, that was really chill. I like this. This is what Easy Demon, yeah, this is the good side of Easy Demon, man. Decent gameplay, it's tricky but it's not overly difficult, it's just solid, this is fun. I like the song, it sounds like I'm kidding. I can't stop yapping about that, but it's good. I like it. Head Start, that was fun. So yeah, Gonixel, it's just weekly farming. Got 2 in a row back here, and one of these was, that was Stifles, this was MindCap, yeah. But yeah, no, Head Start, that was fun, I liked that. Good times, man, that was fun. Okay. Fortunately, it wasn't like terribly hard. The third one took some learning, but like after I figured it out, kinda, I guess it wasn't really that bad. I don't know what to say about the level. It's a boss fight level, like it actually plays kinda well, but like it just feels like very artificial. I mean, Dolphe does better than Zender game for what it's worth, but oh gosh, Glacier 15's a medium now? I mean, like, it feels right, but okay. Anyway, no, this level was fine. I thought it was okay. You know, the visuals feel very just run of the mill, but you know, the gameplay's kind of good, so I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, this was alright. There we go. I literally did die to the last possible click. Wow, it's crazy. Got one. Man, this goes hard. So much of this is really good. Dude, like the little like choppy animations are so good. The atmosphere and music rep with like the droplets of water and like the kind of hollowness to the first part with that echoey like feel to the song. Oh my gosh, it comes together so well. I love the song rep in this, and the visual design is just stunning. I mean, it's very intricate. This is not what I expected from Vizitek, because Vizitek tends to do this kind of grainy style, which I like. But this was still a little different. I like it a lot though. It's really cool. It just, everything comes together nicely. And the gameplay, for the most part, is excellent. I mean, slower parts I really like, and the beginning of the fast part I think is good, but I don't really care much for the UFO and robot, which is a shame, and it's a little on a bit of a sour note, but I don't like it really for two reasons. It's that I just feel like it means the fast part overstays its welcome. I think if it played around with different ideas, that could have tied together the whole experience in the end. And B, it's just too hard. I think it's unbalanced. Most of the levels are really easy, but that robot has some tough timing, and the moving objects make it really hard to judge. Still, this is really cool. I mean, I did not know what to expect here. It's so good. And also, I'm happy to see Steam Pianist music being used in something other than a travel level. That's always just a little thing that makes me happy. However irrelevant it may be, Steam Pianist is a pretty good artist. Yeah, this was great. I mean, this was super cool. This has me super excited for Before Machinery when I get around to that, but that'll be a couple weeks from now, so we'll see what happens. Okay, there we go. Not too bad. Okay. 2 times. That's not awful. I can live with that. Alright, Rainbow Force C. That was a scary one. I'm glad I got that out of the way. I'm just saying. I think this is ranked as like the 5th hardest medium demon, 6th hard. Let me just look it up. I mean, either way, it's considered to be pretty hard, I feel like, by medium standards. So I guess I'm glad to have done it. Yeah, room 5. That's about Circus Maniacus, surprisingly. Interesting. Anyway, that's a good level. I think it's cool. But I don't know. It's weird. I found this to be a little bit easier than some medium demons. But I did find it to be kind of frustrating. I think there's a lot of cool stuff to the gameplay here, or not the gameplay, the visuals. I think the visuals are kind of neat. They have like, it's like Kumo. I like Kumo more than this, just even on a visual level. I'm surprised this actually comes after Kumo. And after freaking what's it called? That one, yeah, no travel. I don't even know. I don't know how old this is now, but either way, 6 God. Anyways, yapping. I think the visuals are cool. They're a little bit much, but the rainbows are neat. They look kind of cool. But the gameplay in this is like meh. Like it's kind of hype, but it commits pretty much every sin you can commit as a creator. Like, you've got the freaking platforms that bob up and down, and invisible portal size changes, and like there's some janky transitions in there, blind transitions, a lot of messed up stuff that I just don't really vibe with. Aside from those things, it's kind of hype to play. Although the ending does lack a certain degree of intensity I would have liked to have had. I think this is a good C tier level. I would give this a pretty solid 5, a high 5. Like, I don't know where I'd rank it among the other medium demons. But I'd say near the top of C tier is probably fair. I didn't hate it like I thought I was going to. I'd probably rank it between Cave World and Flea. I think right below Cave World is very fair. It's an alright level. It's endearing for what it is. But, you know, it's got a couple of things to it that just really kind of bother me. Not a huge deal. too much.
Oh, how do you even begin to review this? Man. Real talk, I kind of regret playing this because I have no idea what to rate this at all. It is such a hard one to approach because, like, you would think a level with an art style, I love this art style. It is a gorgeous, like, I love the sort of sketchbook style of art, and I mean, it looks great, and it uses one of the best songs ever. So I mean, you'd think those two things together mean, like, you know, this level has to be perfect, but it's so hard to approach because I feel like context really plays in here because, you know, you are using a song that is, like, represented perfectly by its own music video. The No Surprises music video is the best testament to the song. It encapsulates that so well, and I don't think it's impossible to make another piece of art that represents it in a different way because, of course, you know, the interpretation is all subjective, so you can't really just assign one specific art piece to represent something else. It's, you know, it all comes down to a matter. It's about vision and how you see the art, because it's all subjective. I don't know. But, man, this level just didn't really feel like it reflected the song perfectly. I mean, it looks amazing. It's one of the best levels I've ever seen artistically in this game. I love it. It reminds me of Out of Place, and it takes some elements from Skywalker levels, like the Terminator. So it's, you know, it does a lot of fantastic things, but it's just so hard to judge in context. I could see this being anywhere from like a 5 to a 10. It's so hard when you know there is a better thing that represents a song, but does that devalue the other one that you see as less, because it introduces bias. It's so hard to rate. For what it's worth, I do think the level looks fantastic on its own merits. The gameplay could certainly be better. I mean, there are some really frustrating parts, especially the ball in that one, like, cavern looking section. That really got on my nerves. And some of these transitions, I don't know. It's so difficult to really evaluate this level. I'll come back to it one day and give it the time it deserves, but right now I don't want to spend too long on this review. I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on it. I'll come back to this another day. It's not a masterpiece or anything, but it is really cool. I like the vibes. I think this is a pretty easy 7. Just because it looks cool and it plays well. I mean, it's just nothing like super remarkable. I like it. It's good, you know.
This is a Yagri song, so that's pretty good. I mean, like, not that on its own is like a reason to give a level high rating, because I mean, you know, Bad Level can still use a good song, you know. Level's good though. It's got a cool mechanical vibe to it, and I really love the kind of chaotic nature of it in the beginning. I think the beginning is the strongest part, even though the gameplay is really just kind of a lot of waiting, getting on top of ceilings and stuff. It does feel very mechanical and claustrophobic and factory-like, you know. And I like the scattered orbs and kind of those red block outlines that sort of just kind of hover in the back. Those are all cool details. From there, it's a little more generic. It feels more... It feels less ruthless because the robot and the duel are kind of structured around those. Whereas with a flying section, you can kind of just do whatever you want and it can feel right in a way. I still liked this level. I just played it because it's by Tinraz, so I figured it was probably somewhat good. Even though I was a little bit disappointed by freaking New World. It wasn't a bad level. I'm just going on. This level was fine. I like it. It's got a cool vibe. It's just not anything like super insanely cool. It's just relatively good. Whew. Oh, that ending is so good. Beautiful, man. Sweet. Okay. Through. Awesome. Okay. Let's see here. It's a good level. It's really good. Definitely one of my favorites now. In terms of medium demons. So it's bare minimum 8 here. That's pretty easy to say. I'm not super confident in S tier like I've been before. This feels comparable to Biru. I think that's probably the closest comparison you can draw with this level. It feels Jonathan-like. That's definitely like what it reminds me of, is a Jonathan GD style level. Although it's a little bit more, it's very different than its approach. It's more raw, I would say, than a Jonathan level, but it also feels more beautiful in a weird way. I love the silhouette backgrounds, just all the backgrounds really. Especially that city part and like kind of the first quote-unquote climax of the level. Or with the ship, it's nice and flowy. That part's awesome. The whole level is really, really pretty. It is a beautiful level. And it's fun. I mean, atmosphere is the hardest thing to judge, really. I like the atmosphere in this, but I don't know how to feel about the climaxes, because there's a couple of parts, that are meant to be more intense than the rest. And while I think this is where I'm conflicted. They don't feel as intense as something like it does in Biru or other Jonathan levels. It's not quite that level of intensity. It feels different. It feels like as reality falls in that way, because that level's climaxes were also fairly reserved, but they still felt like powerful. They were like a soft power. Like, you're just kind of vibing. Like, it's not like this, adrenaline-filled, like, rush to get to the end. You're in the heat of the moment. Like, it's just like, we're just gonna keep going, Like, we're just not gonna stop. We're just gonna move along, and we're gonna do it gracefully and powerfully. It's like, okay, I like that. It doesn't feel quite as, it doesn't hit me quite as deep, but it's more of a warm feeling in a way. Like, and I just don't know if that really justifies an S tier or not. Because, as reality falls, that's the top of A tier for me. Like, that is the peak of my medium demon A tier. Like, and I feel like that's partially because the climaxes just aren't as, they're not as strong, but I'm kind of starting to second guess that, because maybe there's just something a little deeper. It doesn't feel like an S tier level to me. And I feel like this one's similar to As Reality Falls. I really don't know. This is a tricky review. Either way, I like the level a lot. Like I said, it's beautiful. It's got good atmosphere, and the gameplay is pretty good overall. There's a couple of awkward parts, a couple indicators that feel misleading in ways here and there. That's fine. But I don't know. This is a decent level overall. I think it's very solid. Way too under the radar. It's criminal. Dude, there's no videos of the first coin in this. I had to use a bot to find it. I had to ask someone else to use a bot to find it. I can't believe this level's so underground, but I mean, 24,000 downloads is nothing to like scoff at, but I mean, I don't know. It's weird. That was alright. I thought it was very, very fun.
djudjeito has had it from the start, man. I really just need to go through the profile and just do it. I mean, like, there's a bunch of stuff that I just, like, have not touched and I really need to touch. Because, like, djudjeito is one of my favorite creators of all time, so having not played every single level by him is kind of ridiculous, in a way. No, I mean, like, it's not that ridiculous, but I really should go through and play all the other rated levels, because, you know, I've enjoyed pretty much everything I've played so far. So the fact that I haven't played single player sync, I actually tried sit and cope, but I never got through it entirely because it was long. I just was trying to look for an easy level one day, and I just realized this is okay. Anyway, this is a good level. I love the weird abstract art style, and like it's got kind of an element of rawness too. At the same time, like it's got some intricate things. It's literally everything djudjeito has always done. Not as strongly as in like Pluto or Out of Place, obviously. You know, that's clear. But it's still good. I like this. Very, very fun. Ah, that was cool. Yes! Oh, this one's bad. Dude, I'm honestly so hyped that I got that on that swag route run. That's crazy. Oh, I do not like this level. It's hard to articulate my issue. Like, it's mostly the gameplay. The gameplay in the second half of this is just not good. Mostly the 73 and 93% transitions, those two parts in particular are especially annoying. But aside from that, it's just awkward and hard to see. But I feel like what's tearing me the most between a 2 and a 3, like, you know, it's a low score either way. I feel like the beginning of this level is serviceable enough to justify a 3 instead of a 2, but the optimization is really kind of a killer for me, because I played this level on LDM, and I very rarely use LDMs because I'd like to get what I consider to be the full experience. But here's the thing, the beginning of this level runs fine, and they only needed the LDM for the second half, and this is where the dilemma kind of comes in. It feels like this level is relying on the LDM to clean up its mess in the second half, because LDMs should be for players with really, really low quality devices that just cannot run even the most basic things. So it's like, to play this level, like, legitimately you have to have a really, really good device, and I don't even know if I'd say really, really good. Part of the reason it lags so much is because of recording for me. But it just feels like it's kind of relying on a failsafe. And that really bothers me, because I would have loved to play this level in full detail. I mean, I bet there's some cool effects that I'm missing out on to start, but I just can't run the second half of the level. So, what can you do? I don't know. Either way, the gameplay in this level is still really atrocious, so I'm not going to feel too bad about a low score regardless. This was not the most fun. But, you know, I've played worse than this list, so I guess I don't absolutely despise it. Of course I did.
Alright. It'll get easier from here. And now we just sit back, enjoy the show, and then hopefully don't die at the end. There's a little bit less stress since I know it's going to throw me right into the action after this, but I have a general idea of when it's going to do that.
second now. One of these times. Yep. Ready for that. My other dude appears in the shadows. Yep, there he is. Give me a couple flashes. You can disappear. You're gonna just add some shrill noise here in a second. Yep, there he is. Alright, now I need to lock in. It's an easy section, but it's choke point. I think the audio got slightly offset there at the end. Yeah, it's a little bit off. It's a little weird because, you know, I had to use the Nexus video for the audio sync, so I'm guessing Nexus did something with his video that made it not sync perfectly. Thanks, Nexus! Nexus is just like... I hate that guy. I'm kidding. I mean, not golden standard for GD content, but I'm exaggerating. Anyway, okay, so this is the one that'll actually be in the YouTube video, the monthly video. I will upload. I've already done the rated version of this level. That'll be in a separate video that you'll be able to find in the description. But collab level by MindCap, the original. I like this level a lot. This is definitely much better than the than the rated one. So I don't know exactly what I want to rate it yet. It's difficult. I feel like, you know, so many like levels that I'm like, I kind of want to rate this S tier, but it's got this one thing that's making it hard for me to determine whether I want to give it that or not. I'm thinking it might be. The thing is, you know, none of the scares in this level are at all effective, like, on an actual playthrough. So, like you know, I know you literally have to memorize where the jump scare kind of stuff is, otherwise you're gonna die. Like, especially that second one, because you have to avoid that one indicator. You need to not click it. It baits you. You need to learn that timing, otherwise you're dead. That's a thing that's kind of like, as a GD level, it doesn't really function the best. But it is doing something very unique. I mean, you know, it's definitely the only effective horror level in the game. I mean, you know, peaceful isn't scary. Man is gross, but it's not scary. There's some liminal horror that makes me uncomfortable, but it's not scary, like Pluto and Between Us. Like, those are both peak. They don't scare me. This is like an actually kind of scary level. Like, there's a little bit of Save As is actually scary. That's what I don't know how I forgot that. Save As is an actual horror level. That's an effective one. Even on repeat playthroughs. But collab level. No, this is definitely a good. It's a good level. It's doing a lot of creative stuff. I don't know. It's another level. It's a minimum of A tier, and I could potentially see it in S tier. But there's so many little factors that make it hard to be unbiased. So we'll see what I end up going with. It's a great level, though. I think MindCap really had something creative going here, and I like it. And the gameplay is very fun. I really enjoyed playing this. Other than a couple of weird gameplay issues, especially the ones that were different from the rated version. Like, there were a couple parts that were weirdly harder.
Or I was just paranoid. I don't know. Maybe it was the waiting that got to me. It's a good level. Well, there's no reason liking this. This is not the original level. There we go. Alright, this level's kind of fun. There's some weird stuff, though, so, I mean, like, I don't know. This is probably a, probably a 6. That was alright. E3. Everybody's... I could not read all that. I was gonna say, like, I got those coins. ABC is perfect. Alright! Yeah, that was alright. I do kind of like the design. It's simplistic. And I do like the gameplay, although it can be a little awkward sometimes. 6 seems very fair. It's kind of a run-of-the-mill Easy Demon with decent gameplay. I mean, you know, it's not boring. Or, like, even really annoying at all. This is just fine. I think it's okay. And it wasn't too hard. Although those coins gave me a little bit of a run for my money. Oh yeah, Easy Demon. It's already an Easy Demon. I'm just, you know, it's the weekly, so it says it. Alright. Nice. Well, okay. This is definitely my new favorite 1.9 levels. This is really cool. Wow. These designs are awesome. I love them. The gameplay is good too. Everything about this is super cool. Wasn't very hard. For what was supposed to be the very literal final stage of the WHErwin medium list, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of under-delivered as a conclusive finale. Just putting it out there. I mean, I like this level a lot, but dang, that was not a ton to really write home about as a finale. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that regard. Yeah, I don't know. That was a great level. Really, this is awesome. I mean, I think this looks really cool. The designs are sick, dude. And the, you know, the gameplay is really fun. I love the dual stuff it does, especially that ball where you kind of got the flipping on Like, you know, it's you're switching sides while one size composes itself. Like, it's a little thing and it really has no effect. Like, it doesn't make you think about the duel, but it's cool. It looks cool, and it was really clean. I mean, I liked that. There's a lot of cool things this level did. I think it's really fun. I don't have much else to add. I don't know. It's probably a 7 or an 8. I think that's fair. And that's it. Kind of. You know. I still am... I'm still at a crossroads for what to do with these last 2 levels. Got Work Zone and Serpent's Wrath. And I would very much love to play Serpent's Wrath, but those coins are just kind of a turnoff. I don't know. I really should focus, man. I know pretty much everything I need to do here. Alright. I don't think there's anything else important other than the coin, so I should have a chance. Whoa. Nice. I got scared at the end. That spike was... Oh. Sick. This is awesome! Dude! Serponge... Why does this never get talked about? I have never heard anybody talk about UpCity, but this is so good. This is by far the best by Serponge. Man, I went from being a certified Serponge hater to, like, actually liking Serponge's levels, like, a lot. Like, I mean, you know, Insanity and Hell still suck. Dem Travel still sucks. Yeah, I stand by that. But, like Gold Temple and Verity and UpCity and, like, dang. And, to a lesser degree, Space Magic. I still think Space Magic is pretty cool. But, you know, it's not as sick. UpCity, though. Dang. That was peak, dude. Wow. Yeah, that was great. I loved that.
It just looks so good. I love the visual effects. The tower, the clock tower and the spiral tower, the way it like moves up and like it looks like it's actually spiraling, even though it's just a still object moving up and down fast. If there was a spiral effect on that, oh my god, could you imagine? That'd be really cool. It'd be hard to do, but it'd be sick. Otherwise though, no, the backgrounds just look really pretty. I love that first part with like the moon on the water, and like I just love clock towers in general. They look really cool. The gameplay is super good. I mean, a couple of blind transitions here and there, but they don't hold it back too much. This level just looks so good. It plays so well. The song, admittedly, didn't really love that, but I mean, it served the level well. I was hoping something a little more atmospheric, I think, but that was not a deal breaker for me. This was awesome. I loved this. Like, wow, I was not expecting what I got, but man, easy 9 or 10, probably 9. I don't think I can give this a 10 just because I didn't really feel anything. This is a 9, 100%. I think it's a high 9. I would put it among the ranks of Ritual and As Reality Falls. It's really solid. I like this, and there's a nice element of longevity to it. I think that's part of why I like it. It's long enough to feel like a true experience instead of just like a GD level that you just beat and dispose of. That was awesome. I really wish that were talked about more instead of garbage like Hell and Insanity and Dem Travel. I don't know why those levels get boosted so much. They're not as good. Nice! Oh, at long last! Woo! Hey! Oh! Yes! Man! Good lord. Okay, wow. I did it! I'm so proud of myself, dude. That's crazy. Okay. 3570. I was pretty confident I was gonna get this in like less than 2,000 because I was like really consistent in practice at first, but it just didn't happen. I thought I was gonna get this in like one session. Like I was doing really well on that first night, and I was like, okay, I got this, and then I just got like annihilated. That's fine though, you know, it's technically a new hardest, so I mean, fair enough. But anyway, yeah, let's just talk about the level itself. There's a lot to discuss here. I think this is a good level. It's probably my least favorite Insane Demon so far. I know, I'm sorry. It's still a very good level. But, you know, I just didn't feel like I loved the gameplay as much as I did in all the other... Well, the gameplay's better in this than Crossroads, but, you know, I love Crossroads for vastly different reasons. But the thing is, you know, it's one of those levels, it's like... I think this is one of the best 1.9 levels I've played. I am a 1.9 fanatic, kind of. But there's only so much you can do with it. It's really hard to create an atmospheric experience 1.9, if you ask me. Obviously, there's outliers. There's Death Moon. That's kind of the major one. I would even say Theater of Everything 2 is kind of atmospheric. I love that level. This level's much like those. I like this level's vibe a lot, especially the player colors. I mean, the player colors are just like a really cool thing. I just went with a blue-blue combination, but as you can see here, someone played with red and yellow, and I'm like, I could go back. I'd like to go back and try this with orange and white. I wouldn't want to repeat it or anything, but orange and white was kind of my old color scheme, so it'd be cool to see that. Anyways, I do like that all about this level. My only real complaint, this is a solid 7, I would say, for me. It really comes down to the gameplay and the structuring. I guess I shouldn't lump those things together. One is directly gameplay related, or one is directly related to the gameplay. The other one is still a visual. So let me just go over the gameplay real quick. I think that's the lesser of the two evil, quote unquote, evils at this in this level. I think it's mostly really fun, but it does fall short because of balancing and repetition. There's, like, my two biggest gripes with this level are that stupid, like, string of impossible parts in the middle with the, with that ball, with, like that 5-click ball with, like, the two crazy delayed orbs, and then, like, I don't like that, and then you go into this stupid, this is because I got the coin, but that stupid gap is just ridiculously small. I don't even, that's a coin issue, I don't really factor in coins to ratings, but I don't know, I didn't like the coin on a conceptual level, really, especially because it felt too similar to the third one, because it's a low-flying coin, so that's kind of a thing. But that ball is just way too big of a difficulty spike, in my opinion. Like, everything up to that point is hard, but it's reasonable. But God, that is just, like, one section that just, like, really goes overkill on the difficulty. Not big on that. But anyways, no, my other thing, the other thing I didn't like about the gameplay is the repetition. It's kind of, in some places, a triple spike simulator. I mean, which isn't terrible gameplay. I still think there's still a level of engagement in that. And repetition can make for some good levels at times, but I don't know. There's something about it. It just kind of feels weird, and that does lead me into my structuring issue. And it's the level just feels a little bit repetitive in its structuring. I think it looks good. It does a lot of cool things with the player colors, especially in that wave part where it kind of flips it, and the ball, that first ball, where the colors kind of flip between top and bottom. I like that in both the ball and the wave. Those parts are really well done. But otherwise, this level just felt like it was a little bit repetitive on a visual level. Like, you've got this consistent thing with the spikes and with the small spikes in between them, and that goes on throughout the whole level. And a lot of sections just really don't do a whole lot to vary the visual style. Like I said, I like the slow parts at the beginning, and maybe this is because I just couldn't take it all in because the level was so fast moving. And it was really hard to keep up with the things this level was doing on a visual level. But I don't know, I just didn't really connect with it a ton. I still like the design, but I do wish it played around with some different ideas more. Still, a lot of cool things in this level, and I do like the player colors. That's definitely the crown jewel of this whole experience. And, I had a good time overall. I sucked a little bit, but overall this was a good time. This is a solid high B tier level. This is good. What are you talking about? How in any reality is that my fault? I'm sorry. What did I do? That's pathetic. Oh my god. I like this level a lot for a lot of reasons, but I also hate some things about it. I'm not gonna lie.
don't know if that kills me. I don't think it does, but I'm gonna take my chances. Does it bounce every time? No, this one's. I had no reason to jump there. Okay. It's like fine. I don't know. I think it's a pretty level. If that's the question, yeah. I think this level looks pretty great. Is it engaging? Is the gameplay fun? Is you know, is there much depth to it? Does it explore a lot of ideas? No. It's just a level that looks good and little more. I mean, I don't hate the gameplay for what it's worth. I do think the ending is kind of atrocious. Not big on that part. With the bamboo, and that robot has some jank right after that. And the beginning of the level's a little bit boring. I mean, I don't know. I think it's all right. I think it's a very atmospherically nice level. So, you know, credit where due, I suppose. I don't think it's a D tier level. I don't even think it's a C tier level. I don't know. If it's a C tier, it's a high C tier. Probably a low B. I just wish I could give this level a little bit more credit, because, you know, the gameplay is not very good. I don't know. I think this was fine, but this is not a great way to start talking atmospheric XL levels. But we got 9 to go, so we're fine. If one delivers a little bit, we're chill. Yay. Tricky. This... I can see the vision with this level, and I usually can see the vision with Xaro levels. They tend to have, like, pretty good thematics and such, but this is one of those ones where the gameplay under-delivers just a little bit. It's not terrible, but it feels a little like an afterthought. So, you know, that's kind of an issue for me. And the other issue, really, is just that, like, as nice as the theme and atmosphere is, it still has too much text. I just think it needed to have less because it is speaking directly to the player a little too much. Not super, like, coherently, but it kind of makes you over-understand the point. If that makes sense. I don't know. The song is really nice. That's probably the best part of it. This is a great piano arrangement. Not very many levels that use just piano. This is cool. I like it, but it wasn't quite as impactful as I was hoping it might be, just because it kind of overdoes it in the visual department and the storytelling department. I just think there needed to be a little more ambiguity. You know, think Comatose, think Darkness, think you know, Lonely Travel, all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. That was alright though. I didn't hate it.
Oh, it's the next one. Of course it's... Focus, dude. Not get it. Just can't not. I'm getting... Oh my god. Yes! Oh! God, Lord! Oh! Oh! The shaking! This. Oh my God! Everything in my soul is just like. Oh. Dude, this is not. Okay. I did it. Oh my goodness. Dude, I was so. Dude. Oh, the nerves at the end. That is just like. Oh, that is excruciating. I was like terrified that entire last section. Oh my god. I was starting to think I wasn't gonna get this tonight. So happy I did. 1536. Dang. That was hard. That was really hard. Mostly because of the coins. I could maybe see an insane demon. I'm still gonna vote hard because I'm a little biased. Oh, goodness. Man. Man. I don't even know. That's. I'm not composed enough to be coherent right now. Because my mind is in every single place at once. I'm just, I've got a little bit of anxiety in me. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna try my best to review this as best as I can. Oh God, even though I'm just like mentally exhausted and extremely on edge. But I can tell you it's an S tier. That's a pretty easy conclusion to come to. God, it's a beautiful level. It is stunning. I love the attention to detail in this, and just the general like message, atmosphere, vibe it's trying to get across, whatever it may be. Like it is closely linked with like the apocalypse. I mean, that's kind of obvious. I do think the level shines in the first half. That is true. The first half of this level is where it's really at its best, both from a gameplay perspective and from an atmosphere perspective. Although I think the second half is doing something completely differently, and I'll detail that. But the first half is awesome because it basically takes the idea of what if humanity went extinct today, and it really rolls with it. It's like, you know, it is like this reality where, like, you know, humanity is gone, but it shows what would happen in the aftermath of that, however long in the future that may be. But essentially, it's like, you know, if humanity went extinct today, the world would be like a peaceful place. Like, it is, like, this is after some catastrophic event, but like, it is like really relaxing and quiet. You can just soak in like the soul and the atmosphere, and I love the little details, like the water splashing and there's like birds and like some stuff blowing in the wind. It's all so cool.
it gives life to this area. It's desolate, but it feels alive because like it's kind of like it feels like this message on how like we as humans like damage the environments around us, and we kind of suck that natural life out of it. With there's other levels that contrast it in that message in different ways, and I agree with all of that, like Well Rested, for example. But this level does take a very different approach because it's like it kind of shows what effect we have on the world. Like this world in this level is clearly desolate and destroyed, and it's just wiped out. All these buildings and stuff, they're in ruins. It's all like it's been annihilated, and that's really interesting because it's kind of depressing in a way, but it breathes life into this otherwise like crumbling world. I don't know. I think that's really neat. And then so that's like the first half of the level. That's how it feels. Just I love the attention to detail there. And then the second half of this level is like a very different effect. I really need to analyze this because I don't have like a super well established opinion on it. But it has a bit of a save as effect. It's like the further you get into the level, like the more the anxiety really builds, and like it is an intense romp. It can't be save as. I mean, no level is going to match that kind of message told through chaotic gameplay, and I kind of wish the second half of this did play better, but it is achieving something. I just need to really do a thorough deep dive into it. I think it may have something to do with like what has happened before. Like it's kind of like living in reverse. Like you're kind of seeing the before of the apocalypse or whatever led to that. Maybe. Again, I haven't analyzed it enough, but I could see that being the case. I'm sure there's some symbolism or something here. I'm going to review this more thoroughly at a later date, look into what makes it special, and then go from there. I do like this level a lot, though. It's beautiful. The gameplay is really, really good, other than the second half. Or, like, not even the second half entirely. The second half is mostly good, but that UFO and that ship, they're killers. I think they're okay, but, man, they're rough. The whole first half of this level is phenomenal, though. Like, everything in those opening sections are just, chef kiss. This level's really good. I will look more into it later. I will give a more thorough review of this. I will give it the justice it needs. But for now, it's all I can really add because I have to look into it more before I can give anything conclusive. It's definitely an S tier. The first half on its own stands alone to give it that honor. Because the second half is not doing it any disservices. That's for sure. Amalanche here, love this one. Great level. That was pretty awesome. Do I win? No, there's one more section. Okay. Alright. Here's the deal. Okay. I have said time and time again that Alvaro has one of the most beautiful styles in this game. Every single level that Alvaro puts out looks so good. At least all like these easy demons with, you know, like all these epic rated ones, Burning Souls, Pale of Voids, Nothing Your Life, all these, you know, they all look so good. But dude, Alvaro really needs to work on his gameplay. It is, like, it's never egregious. Like, it's typically a little button mashy, but not too bad. My issue really just comes in the fact that these could be S-tier levels because they look so good. But man, they just... Oh, the gameplay just holds them back a little bit, and I want to rank these levels higher. I just can't do it because they play like... They kind of play like crap. Like, I hate that. I really want Alvaro to start making good gameplay. Like, I would love for Alvaro to just make, like, a 5-minute long XXL medium demon with, like, you know, really simple gameplay. Like, what's a good freaking example? Like, Well Rested or Lonely Travel. You know what? You know the kind I'm talking about. Like, just those real long ones with, like, yeah, with, like, the gameplay that is not that difficult, but it kind of, you know, it builds over time. That's what we need from Alvaro, because Alvaro has the art style down to a T. But it's so hard to appreciate when the gameplay is just kind of button mashy and uninteresting and annoying at times. Still, I like this level. It's really pretty. I think it looks great. And, like, the atmosphere, all that stuff. It's weird hearing Midnight City in a level that's not Space-Time Continuum, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't know. I like the level. It's just unfortunate. It could have been much better. It just underdelivers a tiny bit due to that gameplay critique. Oh well, not bad. You know, other than that fake orb, this definitely has the best section, or that section definitely has the best gameplay out of any other. Max. Oh, no. Yeah. These have to be so stupid. Well, I'm glad to have a break here. I don't like I have to really spam through it, but break is still nice. Okay. That wasn't really too bad. I really wish I could have got that fluke. That would have been pretty awesome. But hey, what can you do? I did it. Yeah, this is relatively fun. You just gotta get into it. It was kind of like at first, the gameplay sucks, but part of that was because it just lagged a little bit. I don't know what my computer issue was there. You know, the lag's fixed. I'm alright. But no, it's just kind of a hype level. I mean, I can't understand why this guy was popular as it did. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I do think it's cool. It just flows together pretty nicely. The song's a bop. And I think all the individual sections are pretty unique. Some of them go for the retro style, some are more of a like modern art style. Just mix it up throughout. And I think that's neat. Again, I'm not super enthralled with this level. Like, it's not that much to write home about, but it was kind of fun. Better than I thought it was going to be, and I can't believe I put it off this long, considering it's one of the most popular medium demons in the game. I'd give this a solid 7, I think. Probably around skeletal shenanigans and that kind of stuff. But God, this being more popular than B blows my mind. Like, that's impressive. That's really impressive. Cool. How fun. gosh.
Did you just finish that fucking level?
I did.
Jesus.
Let's go. Alright. Oh, what a level. Okay, I have some, like, really, really high praises for this and some really serious, like, critiques. So, the positives here are obviously that the level just looks fantastic. I mean, not only does it just have, like, this, like, this very abstract yet natural structuring to it that looks, like, really beautiful, it also samples really well because it's for the sampling contest, and it does its own thing with a lot of elements, like, perfectly. Like, this level has a lot of good stuff going for it. But I do have to critique the gameplay because the gameplay is kind of a mess. And here's the main thing with it. It kind of comes down to that indicator switch. I practiced this whole level without knowing about the indicator switch. So having the indicators turned on really doesn't hurt the level that much for me. But I don't like that it's labeled as a... What does it say again? It's like extra immersion mode or something, and I don't like that because, you know, the indicators don't necessarily ruin the immersion when they're there, and I think having a switch that actively changes the structure of the level can only be detrimental to the immersion of it. So that's kind of a big issue I have with it. And the other thing is I don't think it needed the indicators. I think there's two options here that could have been considered. One, you just make the gameplay more readable. You just, make some of the spikes more visible, some of the outlines more clear. That works. Or, and this is the option I would have preferred, if you build the indicators into the environment, because I think there was a lot of missed potential. Like, I think the part with the slopes, you could have had some sort of, like, different grass designs that indicated when to jump. I think, the UFO had a cool thing going where those background pillars were the indicators instead of, like, the direct circles. And I think the biggest thing that would have been cool is in that cube around the middle, like, it already uses a red-blue color scheme. I think if, like, the reds were, like, don't jump, and the blues were, like, jump here. Like, so it kind of... And it's indirect, so it adds a little bit of a puzzle element to an already, like, cool gimmick. I think there was a lot of missed potential in the gameplay, but the level still has a really cool sense of progression and atmosphere and just a good visual style in the first place. And it plays with a lot of different styles. Like, each section looks distinct, but still ties into the last, and it's really cool. I like this level. I think it could have been a lot better, but it certainly could have been much worse. I'd say probably like an 8 for this. Maybe, I'd say 8's fair. That seems like a decent rating. This is cool. jumps, right? Don't trick me. Awesome. That was so easy in comparison to what I had to go through last night. Oh, this level's awesome. I love Skywalker's style. It's, you know, it's got this cartoony, kind of sloppy, but very endearing style. And it's got a theme that's really nice. I don't think it's my favorite Skywalker level still. I think I would give preference to the Limit and the Terminator, but this one's really, really nice. Mostly because the song is just really happy and cheerful, and it complements that well in the visuals. I like, in particular, this thumbnail part with like the ballroom sort of aesthetic. That's cool. And the whole thing, I don't know, it's just a really happy level. It just kind of felt good to play for a while. It was mostly because it was not too difficult compared to what I've been doing lately. But I like this, probably like a 9, I'd say. It was good.
just couldn't be the same.
Cinematic masterpiece. Okay. It's definitely one of the most interesting levels I've played. Not particularly what I expected, but I'm pretty happy with it, I guess. I don't know. CW, you know, has this weird storytelling trend, and like it's so weird because like the stories are always like really dumb on like a conceptual level, and but it's weirdly easy to get invested in them. Like, I don't know, it's a really funny level, even though it's it's so amateurish. I don't know, but I don't know, it's endearing. That said, the level overall is pretty fun. There are some parts where the gameplay sucks, but all of, like, it's at the very least creative, and most parts are fine. It's just a couple of really weird timings and intricacies that really kind of bother me. But overall, this was really fun. I don't know, it's just really funny. Anyway, that was good. Probably 7 or an 8. That seems fair enough. I enjoyed most of it, but it's those little things. I don't know. I considered even higher at first, but then as I continued to play it, I got kind of bored on repeat playthroughs, and at a certain point I was just like, I don't know. But it was alright. That was pretty fun. Only in Ohio Dawg. Very unique.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's one of the most stressful endings I've ever gone through. God. Okay.
Well. There's nothing else, right? Don't bait me. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well. Lots to love, lots to hate. Let's go over a little bit here. Quick retrospective on the whole thing. I mean, I don't have much to say, like, about the positives other than this, you know, it looks really good. I think it's trying to be comatose a little bit too hard, and it kind of falls short. But it does have a lot of really cool visual elements, even in the LDM. I wasn't able to run this on full detail, but even in the LDM, there's some cool stuff, like the, just the little set pieces in the background, and like with each like vocal element of the song. That's cool. Aside from that, it's just a very like abstract and pretty mystical design, I guess you could say. So it looks cool. Let's go over the gameplay though. And I'll be the first to admit the gameplay in this is not very good. Like, I think on its own it's fine. It's one of those levels where like the raw layout is like, sure, this works fine. But you lose a lot of that playability when you add sweeping camera motions and like crazy filters that are over the top and obscure the vision and hurt your eyes. That's where I have an issue, and this level just does that, and it bothers me. Bothers me a lot, because there was a lot of potential here, and it just kind of fell flat because I wasn't really a fan of, I wasn't a fan of how it played, just because it confused me a lot. Also, just atmospherically, even though it looks really good, I also want to comment on the atmosphere, and I didn't feel it very strongly. I think the song progresses too fast, and then the entire second half dials it back. And like, that's obviously the song's fault, not the level's fault, but like, I just don't see how you can use this and make a truly compelling experience out of it. That's just kind of how I don't know. It's not like Comatose where like it's a very gradual build up. It's, you know, this isn't able to do that as well, just because the song doesn't have a great progression. I wasn't a big fan of it. And I found the vocals kind of grating, but whatever. I don't think I really have anything else to add. I was disappointed by this because I heard this was like one of the best levels of the year so far, and it just kind of wasn't. I didn't hate it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I would have liked to. Just had a lot of little tiny things that bothered me. It's decent, just not really my cup of tea. There we go though. Yay.
Nice! Yes! There we go. 5 deaths at the end later. Good lord. Okay, yay! About freaking time. 585 attempts is such a funny number, considering this is a bit on the long end for a level. Anyway, still, as mad as I am about taking so long on this, this is one of the best levels in the game that I've played, period. It is genuinely phenomenal, especially for its time. What, like 8 years ago? Yeah. But beyond that, it's so hard to put into words. This level means a lot to me because this is one of the final levels to rebeat from my old account. I put it off for a while. I figured 1500 was kind of a monumental number and justified this one. But this level meant so much to me when I played it for the first time. It was like one weekend, I was having a rough weekend, and I was like in the middle of like the universe gauntlet, and I was like, I'm probably not in a good mood to play Bismarck right now. So I decided to cut that short, and I booted up Dark Travel. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sink several hours into this for this weekend, just get through this point in time. And this was like the perfect level to do that, because it is a level that is all about finding light in the darkest of times. I know it's an amateurish level, I know it's really just trying to represent the song well, and it's really inconsistent in theme, but it means so much to me, because it's like a consistently like very downtrodden level for the first half. Like, everything falls apart, it's just chaotic and scary, but then around the halfway point, little glimpses of light come into the picture, and it culminates in like this amazing ending. The second half of this level is just like so incredibly thrilling, and then the ending is just encapsulates the whole thing beautifully, because of it. It's kind of like, you know, and you have the world spinning, but then the sun rises, and the beautiful like piano fade out. It's amazing, because it's just all about how, you know, the world. It's hard to put into words. Like that final scene before going into like the darker sort of section, like with the piano. Like, it's like the world keeps spinning. Time doesn't stop for us, but if you just take time to appreciate the light in life, which is what the sunset or the sunrise means to me, then like it's just a truly special thing. I love this level so much, and it goes just beyond that very kind of deep message to me. And you know, I said this the first time I played it. Maybe I'm finding a meaning where there is none, but it just feels that way to me. But even if you put that aside, there are so many things to love about this level. It plays really well. Like, the gameplay is consistently very fun in this level, save for maybe a couple of weird parts. Like, in UFOs maybe, parts of obscure vision, that kind of thing. But, like, I love, like, especially the first factory sequence. That factory part with, like, the fast ship and wave, and then the spider and UFO, all of that is just so fun. It's exhilarating. And also song rep in this level. This does not feel like a song. This song feels like a soundtrack for this level, which is crazy. It is wild how well Dark Travel represents Dark Matter Suite. I love it. No level can use this song nearly as well as this level does. God, it's just, it's a work of art. Is it my favorite level? No, nowadays, I'd say this probably ranked somewhere around 5 or 6 for me nowadays. I think above this I'd probably put obviously Comatose, Out of Place, Between Us, Save As, and How to Disappear. But I think this is like a solid number 6. And it still does mean a lot to me. It's just that those levels are they're a lot more polished in their I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. They're just a lot more polished than this one. And I don't know, I just feel like they're a little bit more abstract, so they connect with me in a deeper way, except for Out of Place. Out of Place is just beautiful, I'm sorry. That's kind of thing. Anyway, I love this level. I'm just kind of going on about it. This will always mean, this will be a special level to me, for as long as I can remember, because, like, even if it's not my favorite, it's going to be the level that got me through a really rough time in my life. And I'm just always going to look back on that with appreciation. It just kind of left an impression on me when I played it, like, 2 years ago or whatever. And now to come back and do it again, it just feels nice. And that's the end of September. Technically, it is October 5th. I couldn't get through this in time. And I got even more delayed by the fact that Nintendo decided to release Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on the Switch, and I've been binge playing Galaxy. But I knew I had to get through this at some point, so here we are now. I did it. Got big goals for October, which I will go over shortly in my next session. But I've got big plans for Spooky Month. It's going to be a fun one. But that's that for September. It's a good month. Lots of bangers here. What was it like? Was it like 3 S tier levels? Hold on, let me just first of all do this. But I might not have updated this. Oh no, I did. Right there. Okay, so the only S tier level was Amalie and Sheer, but there were still some bangers in the month, so no complaints. This was a fun one.